Hi everybody, this is the closing video of the Pre-Catalyst Fund9 challenge, DRep improvement and onboarding. First, some general information. We had a budget of $150,000 represented in ADAS. We had 32 proposals participating in the challenge. At the end, only 8 received funds. And of those 8, only 6 were completed. This is the list of proposals that got funds in the challenge. A total of 8, and in yellow are the yellow ones are those that were completed. Some use cases, very interesting use cases. We, as challenge team, we had the opportunity to see interesting variety of proposals pursuing different goals in terms of building staff for to for serve to this DRep role, catalyst DRep role. Some examples, some really interesting use cases. One of those is the proposal from DC Spark. In a nutshell, this was about adapting its library, its Cardano multi-platform library, to the rep's functionalities. Unfortunately, it's not yet implemented in the Flink wallet, but we think we have there a source code that can offer really good possibilities in terms of new DRep catalyst DRep functionalities. We have this proposal. This proposal is a multi-language. Is offering 3 different languages: Vietnamese, Japanese, and English. And its purpose is to facilitate for the catalyst DReps the process of selecting and voting for the right proposals. It's very interesting. You can in the closeout report, you can find the links to the tools. And we have here this proposal. It's a book club that was about offering a series of lectures, of community lectures, in the format of after the town halls, open to the community and especially to those community members interested in being involved in this DREP's role. This was successfully completed, and at the end, this proposal led us with a learning resource that can be consulted for all the people, all the Cardano community members that are interested in participating in this DREP's role. The link is in the closing report. Respect to the intention of the challenge. Sometimes being a pioneer is a little bit difficult because you are navigating unexplored and uncharted environment. But it's vital to start gathering data that can be useful to future endeavors. And this concept of delegating voting rights to another entity different to the individual voter was really new in that time, in that Fund9 period. But we think this challenge was part of those first community exercise. with this purpose of explore not only the role of the reps itself, but also to get some key insights around the concept of governance. This concept that today permeates everything in the ecosystem. So we think in being part of this first community efforts was really important for the challenge because opened the way the doors to the community members to participate, not only just participate actively in how in the definition of this role and in the definition of the governance uh, environment we live today. Respect to the data that is backing up our assessment of intention. Unfortunately, we have a not sufficiently robust sample size of completed proposals to extract, to get to conclusions driven by numbers, statistical conclusions, uh, to can be applied to other scenarios. However, that does not mean that the conclusions uh, the conclusions extracted in this challenge exercise have no validity because quantitative methodologies are not methods are not the only one that can provide can produce useful and meaningful conclusions and meaningful data. One of those methods, as alternative to data, statistical data and data conclusions, are uh, are the observation. You take two periods of time, and you have the time in your side, and you are in the position of comparing two periods of time. We are talking in this moment about the Fund9 challenge when all was starting, and the other period is today when we have a more experience. We are in the middle of the transition to this Voltaire era. You can get conclusions. You can get meaningful conclusions. So by observing today the evolution of the Cardano roadmap towards the Voltaire era and the community's adaptation to this new governance model, including, for example, the development of governance tools, global workshops, SIP 1694, the first draft of the Cardano Constitution, the election of the community of the Constitutional Committee, and the emergence of various governance roles different to the DRep role alone. We can draw you can draw conclusions. You can draw conclusions about what was in store in the past and what we have today. And we as challenge team get to the conclusion that this first approach to governance in the Fund9 period contributed in a meaningful way to start the conceptualization of a Cardano member, of the role of a Cardano member in the different governance roles, in how people, in how the participation of the people can be possible, like it's possible today. Observation in hindsight. We consider the challenge has been addressed in terms of numbers. Six of eight proposals, 75%, were completed. And in terms, the most important, in terms of contribution to the larger system, that is Cardano and its transition to a governance reality. because the challenge was among the first initiatives that raised the initial questions on the subject, and going further, invited the community to actively participate in the topic. So, thanks a lot.